Alright, I am trying a new Oreo.
That's the first thing that is said live. Just goes live. Sup, guys? I'm trying a new Oreo.
Welcome to Oreo Oration. Today we'll be trying the Java chip flavored cream Oreo. Let's open this up, get the bouquet. Very coffee, very strong coffee scent, strong coffee flavor. Okay, very nice, very appealing. Alright, and now I chill these in the fridge for a couple hours. So let's see, let's do the twist. That ain't twisting good, because it's frozen. But gosh dang if that ain't good.
Ooh, that's good. That sounds really, the flavor sounds really good.
It tastes like coffee ice cream, not ice cream.
But not ice cream. I see.
But it's cream, it's not ice, it's just cream.
Perfect, there we go. Alright. Hello everybody. We're finishing Ghost Track, and we are temporarily joined by Vi.
Hi, I had an Oreo.
This game is
It was
also
a good Oreo.
It sounded like a good Oreo. No, this game is a pretty big important game to Vi too. So it's like, fuck it, she can come. We were already in a voice chat together.
The best dog in video games.
The best dog in video games. Truly no one is greater than Missile.
Koromaru, Amaterasu, Wolflink, none of that.
It's yours. I'm sorry. Because Missile, there, you cannot beat Missile. It's simply not possible.
Missile's S tier.
Missile is God tier. Fuck S tier.
SSS tier. SSS plus Golden Honey.
You got high, beat Ape Escape, and you're making a headway into episode 3 in UV. I see. I started playing Ape Escape, but I couldn't figure out what to do on the 4th level. Because there's not enough monkeys to finish the level. Without needing like, it looks like you need some sort of flight machine, but you don't have it yet. So I don't know how to progress.
I've never played Ape Escape, I've only played Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'm just wondering, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm pretty sure I've explored all the level that I can, but there's no more monkeys. And I think I still need 2 more monkeys to finish the level. I killed the one in the spaceship, I knocked down the one in the spaceship, and then I got the 2 that are inside the Victor dolls. What? Dexter's body?
What?
It's level 4. literally the first level after that's part of World 2. I mean, I don't need it now. I'm on stream and we're gonna play Ghost Trick, so I don't really need it right now, but you can send me a message for something later. I'm really hoping Oni shows up. Oni was here for the entire 8 hours I streamed Ghost Trick the first time, and Oni was like on the edge of his seat the entire time. He is kind of what I really wanted to show up. Yeah, thick jungle. That is in the first level. Why do Aura keep trending on Twitter? Oh no, Ruby is trending.
If I had a nickel for every R2-related buzzword trending on Twitter, I'd probably have $2.
That is a sexy gang, man.
Gang's always sexy. What?
She's particularly nice in that drawing, but it looks like the tag on the Ruby is trending because a whole bunch of people are being like, hey, keep supporting Ruby even though everything else is on fire. So that's nice at least, actually.
Yeah. I gotta find this Yang real quick. Hang on.
It's tan.
Level. Oh, is she wearing like a sweater vest with
Yeah.
the no sleeves?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. Nice.
Wait, what? Oh, I just got a flood warning. Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
That's not good. It has been like thundering my whole day today. And there's hockey. You can actually scree with emotes now. There's even 2 versions. You've got regular screen, and you've got shaky screen. You can also be on fire. Just a little bit longer and we'll get started. Oh, what's up? Oh no.
So, I assume that's the first thing that breaks. No shakes. No shakes. And then I said, okay, maybe like cinnamon rolls. Maybe we can
No.
So I get up,
No.
pay for my
I-
look at the receipt, so it goes on the receipt.
Oh no!
Oh, shit. Whatever. So I get up to the window, he hands me the bag, there's a single cinnamon roll in it. Do you want a cinnamon roll?
No, I'm good.
I will eat my cinnamon. I
Eat
didn't
your
pay for it, but it might as well be mine for all the trouble it costs.
Gracious.
And like, that's pretty part of the coolest McDonald's anywhere you go.
Yeah.
This McDonald's is generally pretty good as long as you're not there during the shit. What are you shooting? I assume the ball is the
This is an interesting distraction for stream.
Stream's having a great time.
Stream's having a great time.
This is.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking to Squid.
We always talk about the most important thing at the very start of a stream is for me to unmute right when Cat is in the book with you just random magical. That sets the tone for this.
I'm gonna adjust my audio, and this is also not even the game audio.
I need you to understand what Squid just described was literally one of the scenes out of Weird Al's Albuquerque,
Is it?
where he goes to the donut shop and is like, "Do you have this kind of donut?" And they're like, "No, we're out of this kind of donut." "Well, do you have this kind of donut?" "No, we're out of this kind of donut." "What do you got? Any bear claws?" "Wait a minute, I'll go check." "No, we're out of bear claws."
I remember that from Albuquerque. Goodness.
And also, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Coincidence?
Coincidence? I think not. Even though we're like ways away from Albuquerque. Raise Five's volume just a little bit more. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just get started. Book show. Oh, everything had to load in for a second. Alright. Fuckers, we're back in this motherfucker.
You say the F word?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. Canceling my sub.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye.
Have fun. Alright. We were at chapter 15, 2:55 a.m. Okay, wait, we need to actually adjust that a little more. Oh, you want to do any funny voices? Or is it just me again?
I mean, it's just you. 'Cause I'm only here for a little bit. I think it's just you. I'm only going to be here for a little bit.
10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other side of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. The big twist! It's funny we ended right before this. I see myself. There you are, Commander Sith. Finally. Cecil, have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. A little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I said, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, and I know it's always darkest before the dawn. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Well, by all means, let me take a look.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well.
Where remember a reason why they were blue?
Oh, it's just to mark them as evil.
Oh, okay. Man, this would make Phoenix Wright games real easy. But also real racist, I guess.
A little bit. They were on a submarine. Nice try, Inspector Cavanella. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. Oh, hi, Leah. Trick time! So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me. Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious, huh? Guess he hasn't been dead for very long now. I'll just go ahead and go back 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Before death. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. He gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It's a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Oh. You hand burning. I was murdered by all of you. Detective Joe, who chased me down and forced me into a corner even though I was innocent. Lynn, the girl who was right there when I was running. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. And that's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. Finally, you, Inspector Cavanella. Me. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. My case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only 2 people know the real truth. Me and Detective Joe. Choo-choo. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'll never listen anyway. That pose he lands in. Woo! You gods. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Tennessee. Bam. Revenge? That's what I love to. None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. I'm telling me what's going on. Inspector Cavanella is awake. My head is spinning there. I'm trying to understand. The Cavanella character who just got shot isn't me. Oh, that's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me. I say so. Excuse me. I nearly choked. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? Your whole the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that sizzle. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. The information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Hey, so do your thing, baby. We've been through this dialogue already. Look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? What's going on? I've never seen the ghost roll like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. I think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face. You might as well give up now. I control everything. Everything, including the life of his inspector, White. Don't shoot! So we can't get spotted. The other me knows the powers of the dead as well. Who wouldn't just notice what you did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby." It looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him. Oh, I think I know what to do. He's gotta let it play out until he knocks the kettle onto the floor, and then we can go downstairs. Oh. Gil's doing a half and half. Only the middle shakes. Oh, there I go. Look at this place.
Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? What in the world happened here? I think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. I don't know. There's another death lying hidden. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, babe. The bird. Hey, come on, Where's that old pigeon? Dad? And off it goes. Whee! Excuse me. Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things. Never mind that. Cabanella, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you. Pretending like you didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. And like you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death in order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? We can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanella. If we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. I always love the double backwards ones. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead. Just as I thought. I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead. He's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can protect, it's a spirit. Ridiculous. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanella. So it's really true. Yo, I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like we said. I died 10 years ago. This body's just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. The shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister in the inn. So it's true. You manipulated my baby that time. You made us shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Joe did. Now then, Professor, I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight. Before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll be all over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out! Dynamite, eh? What the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight, having my baby shoot, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? The medical examiner, remember him, was a complete and utter imposter. You could tell because he was blue. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give his body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, babe. Why, Crafty? You did finally catch the stream. And you subbed no less too. Thank you. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were hours in a day. Anyway, there's not much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging in the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. If that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action's the name of the game. Work your magic and take us even further into the past. Hope you're willing to enjoy Ghost Trick like 80% of the way through the game. Can I just open the door? Right, the thing is about to go off. I think it's literally just open the door once the explosion's gonna go off.
I really don't remember much about this game, it seems.
Me?
At least the moment stuff.
Me or you?
Me.
That's, like... The big plot points are easy to remember. The little bits every now and then are... Time is passing. He starts the contraption. Sissel. I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me. Before I'm carried away. Hmm? What's with that frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? The guy looks a little fragile, but has strength that is surprising. He's asking me to find him. Before he's carried away from this. Just at a time. Should I look for him? Oh, hi, Tim. Oh, hi, thank you for the raid. Hi, how's it going? Welcome, raiders. Drop a little shout out for you here. Good friend Tim, who is hilarious, is absolute. Did I get? Yeah, I got it right. Cool. And then, since we also have the new version, we'll do that one too. But you. Oh, hold on, what were you two? You were playing Sekiro. Jinichiro made me pop a blood vessel, but we did it. I mean, I suppose that's the way it goes. The Kirky! Oh yeah. Yes, I have I played Danganronpa? I don't mean to laugh so hard.
We've played the Dingle Rumpus.
I have played the Dingle Rumpus, yes. In fact, I literally met my girlfriend through creating a Danganronpa fan game, so... I think I have indeed played Danganronpa.
Oh, look at me. I'm Gwen. I'm a girlfriend.
I got the final boss before Elden Ring came out, but I quit in disgrace, and now I'm just attempting to beat it again. If I can get it right, as he was getting off of it. Nope. You jumped on it way too soon. Hi, I'm girlfriend. You know what that's like? I mean, life can be surprising. Good things come at the least expected of times. How do I get? What do I do?
Where do I go?
Where do I go? Maybe I have to jump on the Cupid?
Maybe it's Maybelline?
Maybe it's Maybelline? No, the Cupid is not correct. Fuck. There's like nowhere to go. Sissel, blah blah blah. Sissel, help me. Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. It's here somewhere. Let the explosion go off and see if we can give me anything smart. That's hisses for quite a while. He is again. Farewell. Bye. Corner to corner. No, below. That hurts. I cannot open the trapdoor because someone keeps standing on it all the time. There's literally never any point where someone is not standing on the trapdoor, so I can't open it. I wonder if that voice that's begging for help. Thanks for the hint there. Or, okay. It's not that I have to reach in with my powers, I just have to look around. Must be something over there. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Something's going on here. Let's just watch these mice for a bit. Blah blah. Whatever, Daniel. What? New info. I don't want that. Where are you? Sissel, where is he? Help me. Where are you? Where the fuck is he? Missile, where the fuck are you? There it is. Okay. Oh, there. He's a leaf. Sissel, here I am. Oh, hey, it's Missile. What are you doing there?
Boy.
Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. slides on in. Okay, here I am, Sizzle. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction. Excuse me. Even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. I don't know. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I don't want to talk to him. I think I can flip. I have a tire here. There's nothing round to switch with. Oh, there's a ball here. Woo! Sweet hands. I don't think it's the radio. Oh, I can reach that. Oh, the bowling ball isn't even interactable. Missile just going on an adventure here. What do you have to say to each other? Jim and I use my balls. You can swap things that have the same shape. Besides, you can swap things that look like they have the same shape. What's the difference? As I was being carried away by the wind, falling into the river, I realized you look at things at different angles, it looks different. And that's a pretty good point for a little dog that came in through the sewage. Okay. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of the main river. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this. What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Okay, so yeah, we just have to let it start. Wait. Let's just do that. Still nothing to swap with. We're just at the same place we were before. The addition of missile does not solve too many issues. Oh, yep, I'm noticing. Just as the explosion occurs. All these powers. I guess we better rewind the clock. Application. Okay, so we really only have this very short couple seconds to do it. Whatever it is we have to do.
Yep. Alright, I need to get going now.
Alright. Thank you for stopping by this short little period, but you have yourself a good night.
You too. Have a good night, folks. Bye.
Bye. Don't you go bringing Potemkin into my fucking stream. Fuck you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's gotta be something that turned around. Everything is too weird of a shape to change. lower that down a little bit. There we go. That should help. Oh, there we go. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. Those things usually make a bigger commotion than that. Bigger commotion, eh? I can swap these. And now... That's what I call a proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Yes, you are. You can in fact use my cool new emotes. Truth be told, I feel like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Now I can swap these two. And then, once that stops spinning, it'll look the same as the... Oh, I need to move Sissel real quick. Sissel, get over here. There we go. Pigeon Man drops. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. Might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. But damn you. I have some cool emotes, if I do say so myself. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanel, I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is. Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Oh, that phone call. Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. What's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla... Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. That poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute, Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanel, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Oh, Missel's so pure. Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Right? I am right. Missel's the best. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Except he's tiny. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanella is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. A little higher. There we go. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot, and then save Cabanela without him noticing. Phew, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, let's jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just touch the missile button. Oh, missiles in the chair. Alright, what do we have here? Not really anything of similar shape. A book. We have the 2 random helmets on each side. And Sissel can't even get out. Okay, yeah, now Sissel can. He's going off. And he looks away for a little bit. And then that's when he draws the gun. Shoots him and he slides across the room. Where he just gets up again. But it does put the wheelie chair is much closer now. Move! Whee! It's just a bunch of stuff I can examine. I can jiggle the knit hat. Oh, well. Wait, okay. I know what we're doing. Slide that back over. And now, missile. Can swap these two for some... I don't know what this accomplished. Oh. Oh, we need to get rid of the helmet first. Alright, I think I have an idea of what we could do. Is I get up here, and we are I need to knock that helmet down, and then we can flip the 2. So I think he needs to knock that down. Oh, see you around, hockey. And then I need to flip this. Cock. Flip that around while he's not looking. Knock that to the floor. Oh, shit, he noticed. Okay, he didn't notice. Sick. So, and then he needs to wait there. And I'm gonna wait here. That's the kind of guy you are. He shoots him. Goku. So, step ladder is now moved, so we can move it, slide it back over there. Jiggle the knit hat. Then Missile can swap them. So now it's there. That just ended up on the floor again. I don't know what that accomplished. Oh, I know what to do. Shit. I should not have done that. Well, I could still swap it with the helmet, I guess. And see what happens. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, now we have to it's... For some reason the knit hat is what we need to swap it with. I don't know why. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think I know what we're doing. I think the idea is we have to swap the knit hat with the bullet. Wait until he looks away. Convenient that he just happens to spin around at just the right moments. Let's get ourselves up there. Cool. And then it's all Sissel. Blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of guy you are. He's gonna knock him across the room. He flops in just the silliest way, I swear. Okay, and now we have to just do this crazy little motion real fast. Whoop. Jiggle the knit hat off. Slide back. Swap that, which causes that to land there. Alright, and now we can, now we'll be able to swap it in the bullet. To wipe out everybody in new. Yep, here we go. Now's our chance! I'm hearing the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction. I never saw a bullet before. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? Ugh, that's a... And then Cavanella just gets nailed with a fucking hat in the face. Hat gun. I feel like Cavanella, like, has a way more dramatic reaction to getting hit in the face with a knit hat than a bullet. I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too, over and over. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two are working together? And that's about the size of it here. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry up. Back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanella, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you crazy old character? Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, huh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys come through for us. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. We'll go talk to Cabanella. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I wouldn't have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. Really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yes, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans tonight were resting on that, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about this spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life 10 years ago. Huh, he's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jode, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanella. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, you're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life live in hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his state. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanilla, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the investigation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point it in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. There was 2 inmates at the special prison, huh? We kept tabs on their communication and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and stalked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving the country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. It's a submarine, but we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla, we have to stop him before he leaves the country. The spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, huh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, a man, Joe, shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power, and then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Jode is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jode, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, babe. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, huh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My babe will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. I suppose, probably, to go to the submarine. The line doesn't seem to be working. Guess I can't go there. Okay, we're not going there. Where are we going, then? We talk to him? Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse, hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead alright, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered. When I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. And that's because the corpse had been vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body, but there's only one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? Just get up and leave. He got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Someone discovered a type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who was researching Timzik. Is that you, baby? What the fuck? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? He is doing the moves. That's just what Cavanella does. I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet. But we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Timzik were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try to help Detective Chode? That's right. Jode and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. There was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce, no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jode it did have something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I already created. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves the manipulator actually existed. Oh, hey, it's Lynn. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me, of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanella, I'm sorry. I just heard. We were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jode. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him, but my body gave out at me on the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jode! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jode go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, and then you swoop in at the last second. "5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day." Have a coat. But he keeps the prisoner jumpsuit on. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jode. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. It's become part of the aesthetic. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed, thank you. Glad you like it. Cecil, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Would you wait here until I do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I'll bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cavanella. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever, but now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness, but it's almost dawn. We approach the end. Chapter 16, 4:19 a.m. Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. 1 minute away. Hello? This is Jode. Cecil, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you. I always love that they look at the camera in order to talk to Sissel. Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight. I am the one who should be thanking you. At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. I'd better go. A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel, but that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to the Yanoa. Detective Jode. My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark. That's because I switched the power off my mask, Detective Jode. I used your phone, hope you don't mind. Egad! Never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate. And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation, submarine, huh? But how did you find us, my man? Bada bing, bada boom. Not even the police knew whether Yanoa was going to surface, confound it. We detectives have a little saying. There's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. He's gonna watch. The bullet that the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it. I have a little something for you. Caminella has given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch. Yes, Inspector Cabanilla. I hear he's an excellent investigator. By the way, where's that man in red? I know he's on the submarine somewhere. Ah, Sissel, you mean? You can relax, that's nothing but his shell. His shell, eh? His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely right about now, he's controlling your daughter. Please, I beg of you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Just please let her go. Bah! There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here. Bargaining chip? Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers. Wink. What in the world was that? The Temsic fragment gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned. What are you talking about? Tisk tisk, what a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jode. Farewell. What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jode, where did he go? What now? I think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them and fast. Oh, hi, Missile. So you're here, huh? It's Missile! Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago? I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog. With my loss of memory, I can't sound much better. Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla. Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out? I'm sorry to say, I don't think it can. Why did I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that detective lady and the little lady together. You got it! The telephone is ringing. Wow! It's Miss Camilla! I just know it! My trusty nose is practically screaming it at me. I think you would call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing. You bet! Just swap the emergency lights. Why not? There's no point to those. Hello? Hello, Miss Camilla? Hello? Hello, yes, this is Dog. It's no use. This black hello just doesn't like me. Just create a path for me, Missile. I'll come right over. Okay, I think Missile needs to go here. And then Sissel goes here. And then Missile can swap these two. I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sissel, look! That black hello, it came off the hook! Uh-oh, I better answer it fast. Hello? Is anybody there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you? Somebody please answer. I guess she can't hear my voice. You too, huh? Oh, good, I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me. Linus. She said Lynn. Miss Lynn! We'd better hurry. Let's go, Sissel! And she's dead again. No use. Nobody's answering. You really need to stop dying, Lynn. Miss Camilla! And Miss Lynn! Oh, poor Miss Lynn! Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. Looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady. Oh, Sissy, I knew you'd come. Miss Camilla! Miss Camilla! And Missile, too. I'm so glad to see you're alright. I wouldn't say I'm alright, exactly. Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What? My voice? That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before when he saved her that time. So that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you. Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born your little doggy. Hey, Missile, could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while? Huh? But you don't you need my powers? I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Missile. Dog moment. Alright, let's go work our way over to Lynn. Nope, can't quite get to her. I'll spin myself a little. Cool. And that'll do it. Oh, Sissel, you're here. And what in the world happened here? I don't know. Huh? I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Yeah, I guess you would know. In that case, And where's Detective Jode? Is he alright? I don't know. Huh? The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden. Now it's all making even less sense than before. After we left the super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanella fired into him with the bullet. That man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jode and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat, and then he sneaked onto the submarine with him when he surfaced. Before long, the submarine dove down again. Detective Jode and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. I found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. She had escaped and run away here. Wow, that's quite an adventure. What happened next? I don't know. Huh? There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Oh boy, it sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. Camilla, are you okay? Camilla? Hello, Lynn. Or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camilla back. She has nothing to do with any of this. Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance. The phone is ringing. It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead. God, that's such a powerful pose. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Revenge plan? It didn't happen and I did it. His execution. Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter? I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry for what happened to you. But revenge? Nobody could possibly know what I've... What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand. Of course not, you're not him. She's right, I'm not him, am I? He was going to shoot Detective Jode. It was Camilla when he came to rescue her. It's just too horrible. Anyway, let's bring you back to life. Again. You didn't have to add the again part. Alright, so it's just us for this one. We do not get missile for this. I like how she just pulls the gun from, like, behind the bed. There's literally nowhere to go for this first little bit here. They're chatting. Phone is ringing. And now, once she extends that, we can actually reach that. Unfortunately, we cannot fire the machine gun. To be off the hook first, like, don't look at me, I can't do it. You have to do it yourself. So we have to answer the phone. There we go. Somehow managed it. Who's to say that's not how I planned it? Come on, hurry. Now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jode. She's right. I better check it out. Hello, anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up. Why don't you answer? Anyway, come here if you're coming. We're leaving. Let's go find out what's going on with these fuckers. So it must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts on board. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom. Oh, we're just back to where we were before. What is he calling restless ghosts? Well, it's true neither of one of us was really resting in peace. Anyway, it looks like the sub just lost one of its crew. I guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly. Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining ship. It's Detective Jode. What's going on there? I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, that man in red is about to get his Temsic fragment taken away. That didn't do anything. Alright, I know what to do. And then... Oh, no, I didn't do it. Right, there we go. Damn it, I didn't do it right again. Ah, damn it! I swear. The timing on that is actually really hard. Okay, now I got it. Now, once it comes rolling past us, yep, hop on it. A little bit. Nope. Whee! Ah, the Temsic fragment, you're mine at last. Dude was literally in the next room. The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned. Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. Sissel, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jode in it. Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jode can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady. I can't believe this is happening. Now then, I'd better hurry along. But Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The Noah will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel. So that's the cause of the giant explosion. Huh? What is? Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. It's like, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you? Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes to mind, more readily to mind. Looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good. We have to do something before that torpedo is fired. Chunk. Time to disarm a bomb. There's no time. It's gonna launch. Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it. What? How? Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do. I hope. Why was the I hope at the end strongest part of that sentence? Okay, here goes. Whee! We're on a torpedo. This gets nuts. I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. Was this really the best move? I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too. How in the world did it get in here? This looks like just the thing. We clamped this thing on the fuse that should keep it from moving. So what does that mean exactly? It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this. I have to admit, I don't understand all the details, but I do want to give it a try. Before we can do that, looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh? It's a stubborn little thing, isn't it? Quite a worthy adversary. You do know that rat isn't the main focus here, don't you? Okay, true, but until it's out of the way, we can't set the safety device. If only our missile is here right now. We have to get this little creature to leave somehow. I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort. Spinning black things, right? Apparently their spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy. I wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow. Whoosh! Long! Bye, rat. Great, we've dumped the little creature. Wow, those weights are heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for that safety device. Right. There, we clamped the safety device on. We did it. That should keep this torpedo from exploding. There's just one problem. Problem? What's that? The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that. Uh-oh. What's that noise? Looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine. It looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. Sissel, we did it! What's the matter? You still look unhappy. We stopped the torpedo from blowing up. We still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine. You're right, I guess. I guess that's just what missiles do. They're unstoppable. Anyway, I guess we better get back to the present as quickly as we can. Right, I'm worried about Kanoa. We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Uh-oh. Water seeping through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. We better go meet up with Lynn. Lights went out, but this machine apparently still works. Fortunately, I guess it won't run for very long. Maybe I can use its movements to help me create a path. Just working my way downtown, walking fast, I'm walking fast, I'm walking fast. Lynn? Milla, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about it. That wasn't you. Miss Camilla! Oh, Missile, you're here. Oh, poor Miss Camilla. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. And Missy is here too. I'm so happy everybody's going to be with me now. Camilla. Miss Camilla! You can... We got a bit till the ending. There is no good and bad. There is only one ending in this game. No, child is fine. She just fell asleep. She just went unconscious. I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do, I think I'm going to cry. Or whimper, as the case may be. I better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here before it's too late. Dink. Oh, look at that. Flashlight. It's Sissel. He's here. Up you go. I'm glad you're here, Sissel. Sorry for the wait. Looks like the room is going to fill up with water fast. We better get out of that door as quick as we can. We won't be getting out of that door, I'm afraid. Water pressure is too great already. I can't open it. What? What does water pressure mean? Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here. So the only way out of here is up, huh? Exactly. Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up. Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow. Good idea. Let's try it. Oh, and by the way... Yes? I can't swim. Neither can Camilla. Don't you have any good news for me? Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? Wait. I wonder if I can just kind of fuck the pressure. Emergency light. Valve. Fuck it, let's just keep turning it. A glove. We can open the fuse box. Move the hook. Swoop. Oh, we're caught on something. Let's try opening the door. There's a door here too, but it's stuck or something. I can't open it. I'll leave it to your superhuman strength, detective. Okay, so... Can't reach that either, though. Wait. Hooked on something. Is that close enough to actually... Can I make it? Oh, I cannot. Pharaoh! I feel like 21 months is not drinking age, Pharaoh, but thank you for the resub. How do we doesn't accomplish anything. How can I get this thing loose? It's getting hooked on the little bar. Go on with your terrible parenting self. Can't reach any of those down there. She just kind of waves it. In no really useful direction. There, I think you're missing the part where it's months, not years. Oh. Okay. I can't. Apparently I could reach it the whole time. You did it, Sissel. Thanks. Oh, oh, no. Don't look down the sides, man. What was that? Looks like the water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about. Huh? Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore. Hey, don't get mad at me. Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know. You can fix it with your powers. Okay, now that's just taking things too far. I can, apparently. Oh, hey, great. Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something? That's a cruel question considering the circumstances. All we have to do... get to that door and we're safe. Oh, bye, flashlight. Unsuddenly cutscene. That transition is smooth. Holy shit. Bye, guys. Ow. What happened now? Looks like the submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs. I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet. Come on now, as if the latter could be true. What now? The water sure is rising fast. Come on. We'll just have to go up to the top. Let's see how I can help with my ghost tricks. Well, I think I see a familiar flame over there. Sissel, there you are! How's it going? How's it going? I'd say it's going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous this situation is, don't you? Of course, after all. Just ask anybody who knows how much I hate taking a bath. He's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? Of course! Swap the fans for no reason. Alright, not really much we can do is missile for the time being. Or maybe there is. Sissel, can you do shit? No, you cannot do shit. Flipping all these broken things doesn't really seem to fix anything. Fire extinguisher. These are all just broken. They look the same. Small fan. Slowly move the small fan down. I don't know what this is accomplishing, but I'm doing it. I'm just not sure what to do with just missile alone. What do we do? I'm ready. Here's the little doggy who's raring to go after his rest. We have to create a path that will get Lynn up to the top and fast. So we look for anything and everything we can move and try things out. How about if we tip the whole submarine? If we could do that, there wouldn't be any problem. Well, in any case, I'm ready and raring to go. It's a pipe, a shaft, a torpedo, transformer, starter, wheel, balancer, piston, gear, fire extinguisher, pipe. Where am I at? Just puts me back to the original. That's a much bigger fan. Actually, let's try and bring the large fan down to the bottom. I can move it down there, and I might be able to get Sissel. Oh, no. Maybe? No. Oh, hello there, Anna Sweet Bean. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. We're trying to figure stuff out. I can't even reach Lynn. Oh, Lynn is moving. Okay. I need it. Now I can get places to Sissel. I've just been I was moving too quickly. What can we activate? Okay, I know I can move the starter. Sticking out right in front of me. It's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge. It might just be that. I think you can climb them? If I wasn't holding Camilla, I could probably do it easily. Sissel, you're not telling Miss Lynn to leave poor Miss Camilla behind, are you? Or just be quiet for a minute, Miss Sissel. Those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. So... line these up. Yeah. No, I got it. So the fans are in descending order. Cha! There, how about that? Wow, this is great. Give me a staircase for me. You'd better hurry. I don't think that water is gonna wait for you. It's a fun. I love this game. You are kind of watching right at the end. This is in fact the second to last puzzle. There's only one more after this one. Now the steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through. What? And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can! We have to. Alright. Now let's get ourselves up there. Oh, I have to do this darter so we can actually traverse. Not enough. Come on, just a little further. Ugh. I'm so close. Alright. Missile, let's see what you can do. Steam comes out, huh? Well, I get it, because the cracks in each pipe are different, right? So each pipe sprays out steam in a different way. I bet that'll come in handy. Alright, let's see and work our way around it. It is on iOS. I'm playing on on its original release form of the Nintendo DS, but it was originally released for or it was originally released for Nintendo DS, and it was then re-released for iOS and Android. Oh jeez. Here comes that water again. Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you. No, Missile, it's too salty. I think the more relevant point is that he's dead, so he can't drink it. Whatever, just do something about this steam. Leave it to me, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. Okay, I think we do have to figure out how to get... Oh. We can get to it normally. Avoids it at any and I can't do ghost movement fast enough. No, it doesn't look like I can. Just too far apart. I'm wondering if maybe see if we can't get a Missile. See if Missile can't help. Oh, Missile can't swap the fans anymore. They took away its swapping power. What the hell? I can only swap steam. World. Wait. Come on. Uh-oh. This is not getting good. I can't see. Ah! Not that I can see all that well with all that steam here. Okay, so it's just Missile. now they're all just going. That was not correct. No. Try switching these. Now they're all steaming in the wrong direction. I genuinely can't tell what determines which direction they go in. Stop it! Nope. But I don't think my powers alone are going to be enough. We do have to get Sissel up here. Oh, okay, they just let him up here for me. Cool, thanks, I guess. Thank you. Okay, those two are in the right spots. So let's swap these two, and I think that might work. Yeah, let's go. There, how does that look? Looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way. Okay, it's not that far now. Try to move forward. Literally, it was just because I couldn't figure out how to get Sissel up there, but then they just let me have it, so I'm good. Look up there. If I can just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I gonna get out there? Don't yell at me. If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile, how can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it? I think he's just dead. Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with. Yes, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top. Hey, are you being sarcastic? What in the world are you? I'm good. This seems quite effective. Whoop! Hop aboard! Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, race away. Sorry, I can't do it. Open it, hurry. Is there any way to is that any way to ask for something? It's no use. I can't budge it. It must be stuck. Oh no. No. This way. That thing. I wasn't expecting a giant claw hand, were you? What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving me in darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down into the deep, deep sea, but I still want to try to make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep, dark ocean. Alright. I don't think this is the final chapter, but I think it is the second to last chapter. Chapter 17, 5:10 a.m. No, it is the second to last. The upended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and saltwater closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you. What happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon. Hydrate. Care package. Monster check and then stretch. Who you are and who I am, too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Thank God it's good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had to deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Those 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I've kind of got something figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get, but it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago, a fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course, I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Poor missile. Just hit by a car. Aren't the Temsic remnants still there in that park at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on it is it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is all strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes as much sense to me as anything else. Yes, just strange and confusing. That just sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, as Beck does, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pitching guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would have regenerated. Wow. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call out the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temzik. Detective Chode was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanel and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. They stole my Temzik fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me. If you weren't there in the park that 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, you'd become a detective looking into Jode's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control someone completely. The aim was off and the first shot missed its mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. They had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with him after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Ah, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. Why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jode case. They thought you would find out about Temsic sooner or later. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for the water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no. There are no cores that link from here to the saltwater surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line. There are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for the submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling. Cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. I don't know. That's actually just the default. Stretch, hydrate, and posture check are all default Twitch redeems. And they're just like that. Lynn? Milla? Is it true? We're stuck here? Oh. My dad. My dad was here. I bet he'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jode is. A present from the Inspector in White. That's right, Detective Jode told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in the person's body from the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us with our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, wait a minute, what about a torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. Looks like Detective Jode is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. It's grape time. Torpedo room. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left in there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't blow up Detective Jode. Something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there, then. Looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. What is that abomination? And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. Switch won't budge. Maybe it's broken. I don't think the entire device is broken, though. Probably work just fine if I could only move this switch. We'll just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone. What happened to these two ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? There's no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Lend me your strength missile. Me? Of course I will. Count on it. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end, too. But something's odd. What is? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Right, okay, hop onto the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jode is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile, I swapped the switches so the missiles can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Missile. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla! That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch. We're ready. We need an Enkidu emote. I might just stick Enkidu in there. I don't have very many slots left, but Enkidu is worth it. Sissel? Yes? We never found out who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. We're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right, we promised, little lady. Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes, then. Good luck, friend. Whee! These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Detective Jode! I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him. Better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking, so I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jode. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jode. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How was Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Joad about everything that happened on the submarine Yanoa. So the submarine is badly damaged. Why would he want to do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Joad. Are you Yamil? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yamil? That's right. Those people in the Yanoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Joad? Right. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in that country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Joad, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yamil. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea, an overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life. I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot, and the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me, and finally I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me, and their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own, and they even figured out what Temzik was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this. None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temzik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanel and that old pigeon guy, huh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain odd person. I love that they have to get that bit in there. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temzik meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temzik meteorite. So that's it, huh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. At least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jode back to life, of course. What good will that do now? But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. We can't do that without you, Detective Jode. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then, back to 4 minutes before your death. So, where are we headed? We are not heading anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. Bonk. By the way, I am not human, Detective. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? It's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Oh, guns. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Camilla, forgive me. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. And we get into what is easily the trippiest thing of all. Huh? What is it, Detective? Look at Yamil's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temzik fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? This shit. This shit. I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temzik. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temzik fragment has been taken away. Exactly, so what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute, exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move. Y'all fucking ready? I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Drop that hot sauce. Alright, we made it. The final chapter. When was Yamil's death? It was 10 years ago, when the Temsic meteorite fell. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. We're at the goddamn Temsic incident. It's ready. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon. So stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Meow. Hey, look, it's Fangs. Oh, a kitten. Shoot, he might get hurt. Fangs is everywhere, even in games. You're alright now. Are you hurt? You saved me, mister? I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. So that's the Temsic meteorite, huh? It's beautiful looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop the Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from the fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jode? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. That meteorite fragment doesn't get him. I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did was inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started! What in the world is this thing? Oh boy, you forgot what a sweet potato is? It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. There's nothing like them on a cold winter's day. They're sweet and they smell delicious. These guys are sure making me want to try one. What are you doing? You're going to hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You made her drop her sweet potato. I don't know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate has been changed, albeit ever so slightly. Right, sweet potato. Actually, I need Missile, you need to go up here. Sissel, you go here. And then Missile, you hop on the sweet potato. Oh, I missed it! No! It's a lot to set up really quick. I remember this. This puzzle is so goddamn insane that I remember everything about it. Alright, you hop. Okay. Missile, you need to hop onto that. Sissel, you need to be on that. Swoop! Oh, look at that! Sweet potato! That big scary sweet potato. That's not sweet potato, Misso, that's Mino. Oh, right, of course. Look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could swap them? Good idea, Missile. Okay, here I go. I'm going to need your help. My help? Yeah, because Missile can't quite reach it, so... Oh, shit. No. It's Sissel who needs to be on the sweet potato. So that Sissel can then operate the fountain. Okay, and then start that. Hop onto the sweet potato. Missile, hop off the fountain for a second. Get on. You jump back. And then here we go. What's you? Launch. It was quite a sight to see. Looks like this park just got a new feature. Neither one of them even glanced this way. Guess that's not surprising, since even as a meteorite, it didn't distract them. Hey, it was a desperate situation. Kill or be killed. And Yamil is killed right after this by the meteorite. Now that the park has a new feature, can we use it to our advantage in any way? Eh. Oh, I think I accidentally bombed back. Oh, well, we can do it again. I screwed it up. This one is so fucking precise in how you have to do it. Which makes sense, it's the final, so. Over there. Time it. Ride it up. Pop up there, and then sizzle. Do the spray. Right. No, I don't think I did that right. But yes. Okay. Swap them, and then swap these two. And then this shit happens. Oh look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. Might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, the fate should change. I think we just have to wait now. You know these nuts, that doesn't even make sense, Gil. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yawmeal's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No! Bang! Right into his goddamn knee. Detective Jode! The Temsic fragment shot through his leg. What? The cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. What? Put it down. Huh? Jode, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen! Missile, the bullet is stopped in midair. I'm here, inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. What? With what? Detective Jode, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. It won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. I was a detective once. The fucking sweet potato. Oh. Oh no. We stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed. But I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, the fate's just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. We were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Look out! Wake up! You've got to get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work. It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lynn. It's not over yet. There isn't anything else to swap with. But we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time. Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar in her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it. But what can we do now? Even if we work together? I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Sissel and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yamil! Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. I don't get it. Just trust me, let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Was not that hard. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Okay, now do it! Got it! Shoo! Now it's your turn, Missile. What? Me? But what can I do? I think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it! You can swap them! That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. Badunk. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Nino. What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Whoop! Brunch! Motherfucker became a hero. You gods. His legs are gone. He also might just be gone. Ah, you're awake. Hey, mister, is your knee okay? Oh, he'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit. The main thing is that you're not hurt. You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. Gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. But... What's that? This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who have been very brave. A detective's badge? Just a dude dying over there, and she's just having a good old time. Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as somebody else was controlling me. I see. You know, I'm glad it happened. Kitty! Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp. Is it okay? I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything. The cat got hit by the meteorite instead. Poor little kitty. What if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate might have just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Are you guys ready for the biggest fucking twist of the entire fucking game? Sissels. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. You're the fucking cat! How about it? Do you remember now? The protagonist is the cat. Old friend? Your fucking fangs! I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten, wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. There's also another twist coming up here. Ace Ventura shit taken to the next level. Somebody, please look at me. Oh, kitten, shoot, you might get hurt. Just rub on the corpse. Somebody, please, reach out a hand to me. I had only just died at the time. I'd lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten, with no recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory and went back to just being a cat. And then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. It was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. I mean, look at Missile! But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yamil." You're a smart fucking cat! The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened. I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. The Black Cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of an old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left, but then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel there inside that bag was dead. What? This is so sad. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost checks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It's the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight. If you knew, why didn't you try and stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean... I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, this kitten Sissel's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman who you loved has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So this was the last fate to be averted, huh? So Yamyo, looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born, right? We should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. Memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, huh? No matter what the reason. There's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I had no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel. Yeah? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yamul? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yamul. Sissel? Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Missile. I'll bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. It looks like you've come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Oh, Ma. That sounds good, Detective Jode. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. We have one more question, though. We said goodbye to our parts and our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. We have one character we still don't quite know about. Wait! Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything turned out as I had hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Sissel, thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough. I'll tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke in her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. Hey, look at that! The powers of the dead! But how? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. With all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? But wait a minute. Missile just can't stay alive. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. Unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the red man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then, he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that had taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? He's a goddamn missile! That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own. So you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old, and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. Wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't? Huh? From watching The Man in Red, I found out there are individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? May not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night the first time around. We what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders in the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at the junkyard at the edge of town. I followed the ghost road pass to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there was in the darkness a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. You had lost your memory that time too, and you had just died. You felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said? And then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in finding was your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit, and namely the right path would be the path to the Man in Red, to Yamil. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction, and then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't have done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the Man in Red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over. This dog waffles. But then, you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I. Missile, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missile, as you waited and waited these 10 long years, all for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla. Of course, because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. Huh? How come it's dark? I think this is just an autoplay cutscene. I'll just turn on the lights here. Were you surprised? Oh, that's not. Oopsie. There we go. Bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee, it worked! Not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? I am now. Really, thank you, Detective Joe. Dad, you're home. Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. Yours looks a lot older than mine, though. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day. When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? Now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. That you will, and that you will. Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're the same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Oh, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fella. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. It seems to me that I heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. Alright, everyone, let's start a celebration. Okay, Mom. Alma's not dead. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected, somewhere, somehow, in some way. Meow. And now, this is my new fate. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Joe can eat. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. My birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. And Inspector Cavanella with the spaghetti. Missile spitting. So an interesting fact, actually, is, oh, we gotta get these guys. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I can be a great detective, just like Inspector Cavanella. What kind of example is the Inspector providing for his men? So, in the original, I looked this up actually out of random curiosity at one point, but in the original Japanese, it's heavily implied that Sissel is female. Which makes a double twist as well. Here's your food, gentlemen. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were going to be picking up new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took on a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop? And, well, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals. Yeah, that was a little extra twist there, was because the whole reason that Sissel gets named after Yamil's fiance. La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and vinegary curry chicken paradise. La la la. Is this really necessary, this new curry chicken menu item? Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Now good luck with the taste testing. But I think they just got rid of it because of the weirdness and it would be in the English. Oh boy, I don't think I'll get another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? You do got that worry when it was going. Like, elongated. Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Wait a minute, 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams. I can't see it, but I'm jamming out here. So this is where you work, huh, Papa? That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any ideas at all you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories, the indiscretions of a minister, perhaps. No, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here's to the stodgy mind of my darling husband. This deal is going quite well, and I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man. They know is about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Egad! Keep it together, man. You're trying to give me a case of the vapors. I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll. Stop the park from charging admission. Protect the rights of those who live here. Yes, it's Gwen, it's me. I'm wrapping up. I'm actually, like, wrapping up. What are you doing? It's, like, super late for you, Luck. Today's the day, you know? He's finally getting out. No, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that. Well, let me show you. A new dance. It's passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. I'm really interested in that one. Think you could show it to me next week? Hey, oh, I was just waking up, huh? Yeah, I just beat the game. This is part 2. We did an 8-hour. The first stream of it was 8 hours, and then this one was only 3. So it was essentially a 12-hour game. Hi, Jade. Yeah, I kind of thought it was shorter. I thought I could do it all in one go. And then at 8 hours I was like, no, I think I need to make this in 2 parts. Yalmio got his legs back. 10 long years, Yalmio, your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. Thank you, Cecil. The smock. You can't escape the smock. It's a perpetual constant. Room, you got stuck in the prison? You go to the prison a couple of times, actually. Painted the cat! Ghost Trick wouldn't have been that old at that point, if it was 5 years ago. "5 years old, in fact, because it is 10 years old now." The dog in the scrapyard. That is the early part of the game. Alright. And that is Ghost Trick. God, I love this game so much. It is a phenomenal game. That is just freaking stellar. And I am so glad I had the opportunity to share it with you. It's, God, easily one of my favorite puzzle games. And just phenomenal writing. Just, it's one of those, it was funny actually playing through this. I recognized how much this game influenced my writing in retrospect. Because I even caught little things about it that I'm like, oh, wait, that's the way I write. And it is sort of funny in that regard of seeing that sort of background of like, oh, this is where I picked it up. It's it was a much more developmental piece than I ever actually realized. And it's funny you noticed it too, Hockey. Because you're probably the victim to my writing most of the time. So you're probably at the first hand to experience all of that. Alright, let's find a raid target. I actually have a pretty good one in mind here who is online. I just want to make sure that he isn't, he didn't just start. Yeah, no, he's good. He started pretty recently, so we can totally raid him. So, victim is the correct word. Yeah, just a little bit. Next on the docket, yes, I will be starting that. Once Persona 5 actually hits Game Pass, I'll actually be, that is in fact a game I will be playing. Though I have learned that, Atlas is forbidding people from, streaming the final dungeon. So we're only going to be able to play the game up until the final dungeon. We also have to play without background music, which is also kind of a huge fucking pain. But whatever, it's the sacrifices we make. Yeah, just two things they're really being worried about, but that's Atlas. They're like that. Oh, they don't actually enforce that. Okay, cool. Um, Apparently, like, it's for spoiler. The reason you can't stream the last dungeon, there's a reason you can't stream the last dungeon. And that's for that's the reason for spoil. They just said it's spoilers, and they just don't want to spoil people on it. But this game is fucking like the original Persona 5 is like 6 years old at this point. Come the fuck on, Atlas. And Royal is like 3 years old. Come on. um, I don't know why they're so ornery about it. But and I think the background music is a case of rights towards it. Anyway, by the way, up next on Old School Spooks. So this was the first of Old School Spooks. The sort of October thing I'm doing for Halloween and whatnot is playing a whole bunch of kind of spooky-esque older games. Next up on the docket is Clock Tower. So I hope you guys are able to make that one, because Clock Tower is gonna be a hell of a fucking time. Because it is one of those old school, needlessly difficult kind of games. Clock Tower was a Super Nintendo game. It is actually credited as one of the first proper horror games ever made. It is essentially, you are a girl, I believe her name is Marie, and you are trying to escape from a mansion while being pursued by a strange monster known as the Scissorman. He can literally jump out of, like, it's like a point-and-click adventure game, but the Scissorman can just show up at any fucking time. Literally just, you can just have moments where you're like, oh, I'm gonna investigate this closet. Open up the closet, Scissorman bursts out and kills you. It's so dumb. But it is hilarious in terms of, it's like, it's a really influential game. In terms of, like, jump scares in video games and having that sense of being pursued. It was one of the very first to ever kind of jump on that idea. It's also really fucking goofy now in current age and whatnot, because there's just so many moments where it's just like, you just die, like, over the stupidest of things. Like, literally, I think there's one, if you look into there's like a mirror in one of the bedrooms, and if you look into it, you die. It's just, that's just, no, there's no way to avoid it. The only thing to do, and there's no sign it's going to be, it just looks like a normal ass mirror. But you look in the mirror and two hands burst out and choke you. And it's just, what possibly could have told me not to do this? It's a point-and-click adventure game. I'm supposed to analyze everything. But yet, don't analyze this one particular mirror or you'll die. That is the game that Clock Tower is. It's also really fucking cheesy. Like, the fucking scenes are just the most insane, over-the-top bullshit you have ever seen. I think everyone's gonna have a really fucking fun time with it, as we just kind of, like, both appreciate that games aren't, like, this bad anymore, but also appreciate that, you know, at the time, this was revolutionary. And this changed. We would not have had all your dead spaces and Resident Evils if it was not for Clock Tower. Or at least hypothetically. I'm sure someone else would have come along and done it eventually, but Clock Tower was the first. Anyway, for now, I'm gonna send you to my good friend Bone. I call him Bone Senpai, but he's known as MC Bone in these parts. He is an old actual IRL friend of mine, and he's also a real good guy. Give him a good hello. Tell him I sent you. I think he still remembers my name is Gwen. But he's super fun, super dork.